G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tuckerwalk, Marks Point. This Friday's fishing report, possibly the calm before the storm. Overcast today, but as you can see behind me here at Swansea Channel, it's absolutely beautiful. There's a few boats already on anchor and there's a couple of boats up to the bridge and in Salts Bay. Today isn't such a bad day and I'm just not sure how tomorrow's going to go. Showers building tonight and there's a real switch in the weather, northerlies tomorrow and a big sou'wester happening on Sunday, where then all of a sudden we get a couple of really nice days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with a bit of luck, next week. Look, the estuary is probably the place for this weekend. I think with the weather conditions being unfavourable for offshore anglers, I just don't think it's worth the risk in heading offshore. Look, plenty of whiting and brim starting to get around. There's some really good reports this week of whiting in the shallows actually already on surface lures. Now you've got a full moon happening on Monday night. Remember, 7 to 10 days after the full moon is the prawn run. So we figure that the first of the prawn runs out of Lake Macquarie somewhere between the 18th and 20th of October. That's when it's all going to sort of kick into gear. And I think these whiting and brim already are now starting to build in pretty good numbers on the flats and right throughout the channel, right up into Salts Bay. Some really nice flathead also coming in. The channel in particular offers plenty of protection during these windy conditions, but just those fringes of the lake as well, Belmont Bay, the back of Swansea flats there, some really nice flathead around. Lures, of course, proving to be the better. I think this time of year, as we're moving into this prawn run, a lot of your paddle tails and grub tails are probably preferred, but only fish around about a quarter of an ounce and try to work some of these shallow areas, but there's some quite a nice lot of flathead at the moment. Some nice jewfish over the last week also. There's still quite a few bait schools in the lake. The tailor numbers have dropped off, but last Saturday, for example, at the back of the Sand Islands, at the back of the Air Force Channel, there was thousands of salmon all over there, and a lot of guys over there taking advantage of that. Plenty of sport still to be had. I think they've moved pretty much out of the channel and out of Salts Bay, because I'm getting reports of some very big salmon schools along our coastline, particularly off the beaches and down towards Catherine Bay, but there's still plenty tucked away over the back of the islands there. As I say, the tailor really dropped off now. There's a few fish around. Some of the guys that are catching the mulloway of an evening have been catching some better tail around that 50, maybe 54, 55 centimetre mark, but on set baits for mulloway. So it's not something I don't reckon you're going to be able to troll up. You might be able to spin a couple up, however, on the fringes of those salmon. But look, things looking really, really good estuary-wise. Bluesummer crabs, there's quite a few of those around at the moment. I'm getting lots of call on squid. I really think the squid will start to kick off once we get this prawn run behind ourselves. Already we're seeing quite a few prawns getting caught up in the Mile area, and already there's quite a few prawns out in the Stockton Bight area as well. Prawns getting flushed out of the system. I think that'll also happen down along the Hawkesbury. I think we're going to be in for a pretty good prawn run to start the season off. We've had a lot of rain and a lot of this water will physically move out. Water off the beaches at the moment, it's in and around about that 17 degrees. It can become a little bit cloudy with this runoff, but I think the worst of the rain's really going to be probably tomorrow and certainly into Sunday. No doubt out the west they got a lot of rain to come, so let's just hope that we don't get quite as much as what they're getting. Look, all in all, I think you've got to make the most of it. The sun's trying to come through at the present moment, so if you've got an opportunity to have a fish maybe now or this afternoon, I'd take advantage of it. And look, again, the winds don't look that bad tomorrow. Might need a raincoat, but I still reckon the estuary is the place to be, and get out here and catch some of these brim and whiting and flathead before this prawn run comes on. Anyway, come on down and see us at the warehouse. We'll be there all weekend. Still got a few of those $50 rods left here. Need a couple? See you next Friday.